Just let me know when we're good. Welcome everyone. The theme of this draft seems to be purple, from what I can tell on the sheet in front of us. Uh, Lots of teams having it's been a theme the past couple drafts where teams have a ridiculous amount of bulk picks. Uh, so excited to see how that is going to break down. Any thoughts on the incoming draft class coming ahead before we get started, Nike?
Yeah, really great class, I think. Probably a little bit better than that we had just last year, in my opinion. Some really good recreates, some names. I'm pretty excited to see how the first round shakes out because I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I do think it's a definitely an exceptional draft class. Some great first gen and recreate talents, a good mix. Some longtime users coming back after a long break, and just every year we see an increase of that because of the portal and the removal of uncapped TPE. Just some great quality of life changes that make being in the league a lot simpler and help with retention so much. But
So I think
I think we are ready to get underway, if I'm not mistaken. The Madison Valkyries have picked one, two, three on the clock. And in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ramen, Amen. At first overall, the Madison Valkyries are selecting Ramen Amen, the player anytime. Uh, there aren't many words that can really describe how wonderful a user Ramen is to have on a team. He was unquestionably the most valuable player on the Edmonton teams I ran, and that's saying something because he was a frickin' goalie. Uh, but yeah, he brings people in, ideas, calm and decisive voice in the war room. Helps with tactics and coaching, and is just a great person to hang out with and talk with. And yeah, he's just absolutely wonderful, and I'm beyond ecstatic to be able to bring him in.
yeah, I mean, yeah, this is a slam dunk, right? Like, there's no doubt about it. I mean, was
Well, I mean,
probably pretty.
there was rumor he was retiring, right?
There was some noise, but his retirement seems to have mostly just come from the GM position of QCC, which may open up some time to spend more time building a player, having come from his experience, in goalie, but premier position in FHM 10 at center. This is going to be a future face of the Valkyries franchise. No surprises here, I think, from me.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either. I saw this pick coming. But yeah, like I said, Rahman is absolutely fantastic. He was the goal since the start of the season to be able to bring him in, and I can't put into words how excited I am to have him on the team again. Next up at pick two, Nike. Do you happen to know what song the Valkyries' goal horn is?
I personally do know.
Well, I do happen to know. It is the song "Valhalla Calling" by Miracle of Sound. In the the first verse on the second line, we go through Barrett Summits, aka tanking, to the Verdant Plains. And what better to do with the Verdant Plains than to bring in the user Verdant Sky, the user Arthas Emrys. Yeah, again, this is another wonderful user, very friendly and talkative. Everyone I've talked to who's interacted with them has absolutely loved this person. The bank account is massive for a first gen. Uh, I understand that when he first came into QCC, he completely revamped their scouting in like a week. Like he was just super excited to deal with spreadsheets and optimize things, and he's just a massive nerd in that regard. Yeah, it's just one of those first gen users who you see being just a power user and a great person. Uh, yeah, incredibly ecstatic to be able to bring them in, and yeah, shout out to Verdant first gen this draft.
Yeah, I think I heard much before the draft that Verdant was going to be, certainly in the discussion for these top three picks. No surprise. I think the connection with QCC and Ramen going first overall, that there's that continuity with these two players will
I mean,
presumably
this is
play
also
together for.
Ramen's best friend, but it didn't really factor in. He was just that great of a person and user.
Yeah, it's so additive, right, to QCC. Already a great war room. I think you will probably see the benefits of that here in Madison as well. So seems like another slam dunk pick to me.
And at pick 3, we have what team is that again?
Madison again.
Oh, the Madison Valkyries yet again. Okay, damn. I guess we really like talking about the Madison team. But I think we're just waiting on the pick to be ready. But yeah, it feels bad to talk about it, but it feels really good to be able to bring these people in. So I'm very excited. But yeah, some great picks. At pick 3, do you know the show Community at all? No, I think you said you don't watch TV because you're an old hermit man, right?
I do not watch TV. That's correct.
All right. Well, in the show Community, my favorite character is he's a very meta character in the fictional show Community, and with that, I think it seems fitting to take the user metafiction, the player Jude Greer Jr. Uh, the bank looks a little light, but he just wrote a 5K double draft article. He's a great person to talk to. When he hit regression, the SSL was the all-time TP leader in SSL history. Plays right D, which is a premium position. Fantastic person to talk to. Yeah, beyond ecstatic to be able to bring them into the locker room. Uh, he, I kept telling him he's going to go top 10. He thought he was going to go like pick 16 or early second round. But yeah, he's absolutely wonderful. We're very lucky to be able to have metafiction on the team as well.
And coming off a really strong season with the title, right? I think that's a team that has been growing into, top team in the J. Had a great season this year, and I think to your point, if that draft media by Meta was probably the highlight of the media section pre-draft. I mean, just an
So,
enormous
I mean, he
body
did
of
predict a
work.
draft and did it very poorly,
Yeah,
but I do respect the effort and the word count, and it was very well written, like a very interesting read. But I think
yeah, for
when you're
sure.
new to the league, you're not going to be able to know the ins and outs of users and what GMs value and how psychotic certain GMs are. Cough myself.
So, so first defense off the board, and that finally gets us to another team other than Madison making a selection here in the 86 draft.
Yeah, that'll bring us to the Baltimore platoon who traded up for this selection. Their pick actually was the third overall, but they had traded it to Edmonton last draft and had to come into 4. The amount of trades that happened within the top 7, no, so it's 6, it just became like a circle uh, with Madison at the center of it, but just a very fun loop of things happening.
I don't suspect it will be done just yet either. If you could see all the vias behind all the picks on the page, it is a puzzle.
Yeah, that's for the events team to sort out, not me. But yeah, it'll bring us to Baltimore at pick 4, and they will be selecting Thomas Buffel, the user Muted Faith, longtime GM of Minnesota, an HO member, fantastic member of the community, very fun person to talk to, likes to travel a lot, has a very solid bank, plays defense, which is a premium position, and just a wonderful pick for Baltimore to base their youth around as they're going in a bit of a younger end. And this is a great person to bring in. Yeah, wonderful selection at 4.
Yeah, I think like you said, like long term. There's a lot of history here. Muted spent a number of seasons in Minnesota. Is probably pretty excited for a new experience. I think Muted ended up in Nashville during the expansion draft, but probably just a new experience getting into a Baltimore locker room that is growing and has like a whole new kind of slew of users. So probably going to get an opportunity to beat a bunch of folks having been in Minnesota for a number of years. So I think this is an exciting pick for Muted. Probably to just get a fresh SHL experience, and I think it's a great pick by Baltimore. Going to bring some of that experienced, um, probably a little bit more mature, and that no slight there to Baltimore, but that like mature GM understanding of the way to navigate the league, help them really build their war room and be a little bit more over the course of the next couple of seasons, which I think Baltimore is kind of in that weird transition period at the moment. So they could really use somebody like Muted to help them kind of navigate those challenges.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really understate how much experience can help the front office, especially
Right.
when you're a new user as a GM or someone who hasn't been as like intimately, in front office workings. Because there's just certain things you have to learn through experience, and you'll make mistakes. And Lord knows we've all done it. Uh, but yeah, I think the experience will be a big factor as well, and a great person to pick by itself. That'll bring us to pick 5 with the Madison Valkyries selecting. Lots of fantastic talent still on the board in this very deep draft class. But the Madison Valkyries are pleased to select from the Star Wars universe Hondo Okana, the user Crazy Mojito. Crazy Mojito is one of those users that I've never met anyone who doesn't like. He's always really good at his job. You can tell by his bank account that he works hard to help the league. A wonderful person, a great friend. I've had him on my team since I started GMing. He was on Kyle Sutton back in season 55 when I was in Edmonton. And yeah, he's just been someone I've always loved having a team and building around. He was very excited. I trolled him. I told him we weren't going to be able to get him and that we weren't going to pick him. So I'm hoping he was surprised. I wanted to give him a little shock. But yeah, I'm very, very excited to bring Mojito back, and always love having a Star Wars fan in the locker room.
So if you did you draft St. Clair?
I did. Season 72,
Okay.
second overall.
Okay, that's I thought it was second overall. I thought it was that last. So obviously the long history of being on a team together, you understand what you're getting here. Your third member of QCC coming to Madison, so you're going to have that kind of pipeline now built. There's going to be
I
some of the
honestly didn't even
built-in
know he was the
relationships
QCC on
and
this player.
fair enough. But I think that you just like the built-in, right? You getting in the
Yeah,
locker
but it's
room,
also his
you
last
know that
player
they're all going to get
retired on
together.
Madison. Like we just had
Yep.
Jack St. Clair on Madison. He finished his career here. Hit 600 points, which is pretty cool. Shout out to Jack St. Clair. But yeah, this will bring us to pick 6, where the Los Angeles Panthers will be making their pick. First of 3 in the first round currently. Los Angeles is a rebuilding team. Wazi's come in and grabbed an ass ton of picks and looks fantastic doing it. He's got some high draft capital, and we'll see at pick 6 what direction they're going. Yeah. And they'll take Chuck full of them, the user Otrabor13. Max earning TPE, massive bank account. Otrabor's been a long-term user since I think season 4 when he had his
Yep.
first player here, Roberto Martucci, who was one of the early dominant SHL players, the Hamilton Steelhawks. Great person to talk to. Great locker room ad. A lot of veteran history, and Wazi is a Quebecois native, so adding a Habs fan can't hurt. The double Quebec power in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I have nothing really to add other than Berto is awesome. He, he and I got quite close playing together back in the early or late S teens and early 20s. Just a solid locker room presence is going to, bring conversation. Always builds great players. Specifically, I've always known Roberto for a great offensive player, so excited to see um, and build towards the defender this time and see how that goes. But I think this is a great pick for LA. It's going to fit right in. It's going to be great for them to,
Yeah, absolutely fantastic pick.
historically somebody who sticks around, builds players, super loyal. I think this is just a super first rounder.
Yeah, it's a can't miss. Honestly, like
Yeah.
these picks are just the amount of talent that was available in the top end of this draft was ridiculous. Uh, which not to toot my own horn is why I traded up so much. But like just some absolutely fantastic users, some can't miss guys, and some wonderful first gens. You really can't miss at the top of this draft.
So back to the purple here with pick 7.
I do believe we had some prior knowledge. This is a recently announced co-GM selection, actually. Gabe decided to name a co-GM, and it's the you know how Ace abandoned us because he does his Bruins podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it's the co-host of his Bruins broadcast, Jay Riser18, the user Leo Rumek, coming from the Yukon Malamutes. He's been absolutely dynamite there. The bank account's a little light, but co-GM pay doesn't hurt for that. 8 mil a season, and he's been great. He's a very friendly, fun guy to talk to. Wonderful user. Going to be a great right winger for the Pride for a long time. And yeah, absolutely, slam dunk to bring in this kind of person as a co-GM. And yeah, coming from Yukon.
Yeah, from Yukon to SFP, a really good Boston guy who likes Boston sports, so is always welcome in the GM chat. I think the the nod to knowing Ace gives you that kind of stickiness, right? Somebody that you know is
He
going to
gets like
stick
a
around the
negative
league, and
3, but he was worth it even with that.
I think that like at any time that you can get somebody who's going to be committed to being a GM, you've got somebody that's gonna stick around, and obviously has that podcast mentality. So that's an easy way to get the bank account up if you're willing to put your voice out there. So knows hockey, excited to have excited to have Riser in the GM group, and I think it's a great pick for SFP.
Also, he has a lot of connections with his dog. Like his dog knows other famous dogs. Apparently, it's pretty cool. I forget who it was specifically, but he's talking about how like his dog is best friends with some famous person's dog. I guess a Bruins player, if I remember.
Dogs are cool. That's as far as I can tell you. I like dogs.
I like dogs. The hot take of the draft so far.
Yeah.
But this brings us to pick 8, where we have a trade. Winnipeg is moving the recently acquired, as of like an hour ago, pick 8, and we'll have that on the screen shortly. There we go. Pick 8 is going to Madison in exchange for the season 88 and season 88 Buffalo first and season 89 Los Angeles first. The season 89 Los Angeles first is lotto protected. If it is a top 8 pick, then that pick moves to the season 89 Buffalo first. So the important information for this draft is 8th overall is heading to the Madison Valkyries.
And so, Hif, talk us through the. So I think Winnipeg had acquired this pick from Denver, who had previously acquired it from Tampa Bay,
Correct.
in exchange for Thunder Speaker, which I thought was a great deal. Both teams getting something up high of value. So as you kind of work through the details there, essentially, Denver ends up with the Thunder Speaker. The seconds, let's cancel them out, and then Winnipeg turns around and essentially turns that pick into futures, which is a great deal for them from a value perspective. And your
Honestly,
mentality
I'm gonna
here
look
is that
I'm
you.
gonna look really stupid doing this, but it's basically what I paid to give up 6 to Los Angeles to get 8 back. It's basically the exact same trade, just moving down 2 spots.
Mhm.
But what happened was I had not scouted this user yet, and then someone brought them. I believe Jess brought them up on the rookie Discord, and then I scouted them, and I was like, I need to I need a pick. Like I immediately need to draft this person. There's nothing else I can do. So I just went scouring for a pick, and was able to luck into pick 8 here to be able to get them. And I'm very excited about it. But yeah, it's I moved down 2 spots for the exact same return, basically.
Mhm. think we're good to go with the pick, right?
Yeah, at pick 8, the Madison Ballgreens are pleased to bring in Andron Brunet, the user Pandar. Massive bank account at 63 million. He's a recreate from the season 40s. Is when he stopped in the SHL. Time kind of caught up to him, but he's coming back. His last player, he spent his whole career in West Kendall, as they were known then, which are now the Baltimore Platoon, where he was one of the great players of the 20s and 30s. His player Wagner, I believe is Andreas Wagner, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, a wonderful user, school teacher. We collect those apparently now. Schwartz told me I had to. Uh, and he stoked my ego because anytime we were having the scouting, I would just give an opinion and he would shout yes at me. And if anyone knows anything, I like being right. So I had to get him because he boosted my ego. But yeah,
So
just a
that
great person.
there's a dangerous precedent being set
Hey,
there with a yes man with you and your crazy ideas.
it's something people know. I'm not hiding it.
So yeah, I mean, Pandar coming back to the site is exciting, right? It's another one of those situations where somebody coming back is going to be like, "Holy smokes! I can't believe that the portal is as great as it is." Those old update threads where you've got 100 links and you're trying to put it all together. Here's all the work I did. Here's all my claims are going to be. Pandar, I have to assume, is going to be super excited about how much easier it is to build a player, and that history of being able to build a great player is super
Yeah,
beneficial
not
for.
needing to keep track of cap TPE and having the
Yeah,
portal and yeah, all sorts of quality of life stuff will help keep people around and just way less time consuming.
yeah. So really, a league OG, right? It's been around about 10 years, but took a break for a pretty significant period of time. So that renewed vigor is great for somebody that's coming back.
Yeah, this will bring us to pick 9, where I think we've had what this is. We've had 3 teams draft. We're at pick 9,
Yes,
and that'll bring
four,
Lap's second pick
four,
on the
right?
clock.
Four teams:
Yes, 4. Okay,
Baltimore, Madison,
yeah.
Los Angeles, and San Francisco.
This is the purple on purple fucked me up.
It's a different shade of purple.
Yeah, it's the same. I'm colorblind. Not actually, but B fine is. Somebody roast him. But pick 9, the Los Angeles Panthers are pleased to select from the Vancouver Whalers, Anders Hioki. I probably butchered that. I apologies. But yeah, a great person, very friendly to talk to. I know there were several teams who really wanted to be able to bring in Anders, but Lap's got to be very excited to be the team who could scoop him up. Premium position on defense. Uh, yeah, just going to be a very solid pick. And I think Lap is going to be very stoked for that, honestly.
I have not spent too much time with Anders, but I know that Anders is very well liked in Vancouver. Obviously, the pedigree you see there, highly scouted and drafted in J. Um, Probably could use a little bit more in the bank just to kind of keep that ball rolling, right? I think as we generally look at the year over year spend, that 6 million, you'd like to see it get up to the teens and the 20s, but overall, I think Anders has got a great opportunity. That Vancouver core is very good at keeping folks active and involved. So I think this is a great pick for play. They've now kind of built on their first 2 picks here. Got a great decor that'll come up and be great young for them. So I think that this is an opportunity for them to continue to build that core that as they're rebuilding here.
Yeah, I mean, LA's got some great young talent and a buttload of picks to pick from. But yeah, it's looking really good if you're a Panthers fan, which objectively I can't be because they're in my conference.
So 10 picks in. We still got no goalie picks yet. A pretty good mix of forwards and defensemen. That's always great to see. I think we found the last couple seasons that we've been pretty heavily actually had more B than usual. So I think we've had a good mix here, and now we're finally getting to our 5th team after 10 picks.
Yeah, I mean, there's some great talent, plenty of great talent left on the board. They did have some GMs there who shouldn't be included in the calculations. But yeah, I think Weaves was the highest TP available forward left at 370. Some great goalies left, no goalies taken, and some wonderful defense. But we'll see what direction the first Montreal pick on the clock at pick 10. They traded back to acquire this pick, and they're taking Robert Kralj, the user Daleks. Uh, Great person, very friendly. I know there again. A lot of teams were really interested in Daleks. He said that the amount of money it costs to max in the SHL, he might not be the absolute peak of earning, but he'll be doing all the PTs and everything. He'll be a great pick for the back end of the Patriots for a long time. Wonderful user to have in the locker room, and help keep everyone earning. And having a great locker room presence like that is just so incredibly important. Wonderful pick for the Patriots.
Yeah, and Alex comes very well regarded from the SSL. So I think that, having somebody that you know is established in another league is always that benefit, right? Even when you might get that kind of inkling that, hey, I might not be able to fully max earn, the consistency and knowing that that person is always sort of approachable and reachable is big for GMs. And I think on top of that, Dallas is just a ton of fun to hang around with. And so bringing that to a locker room, in Montreal that's kind of in its transition phase at the moment is going to be great for them. Dallas is awesome. This is a great pick, well deserved top 10, and I think I'm excited to see what Crouch can do when he graduates from Vancouver to Montreal.
Honestly, it's a very underrated trait to just be someone people like hanging out with. It's really good for a team to have.
Yeah.
And yeah, this user brings that in spades for sure.
So does that get us to about an even split between, I'll call them first gens, even though that's sort of like first gen or SHL, but a sim league veteran of sorts. But I think that that gets us to about a 50-50 split in the top five, right? We
One,
might be six
two,
four.
three. I think it's is Anders a first gen?
My understanding is yes.
Should be 5-5 then. I think Daleks is as well, right?
Dallas is technically a first gen, yes, but a sim
Yeah, that
league veteran.
should be 5-5 then.
That's great. It's an awesome mix.
But yeah, this will bring us to pick 11. The Los Angeles Panthers making their third selection of the draft. Crazy that it's not the most picks at pick 11 so far. But alas, here we go. The Panthers on the clock, and they will be selecting Terry Snooze with the Terry Crews render, which is absolutely incredible. The user Flex. Recreate coming in with 356 TPE, a decent bank account at 12 million from the Nevada Battleborn. Defense is a prime position, and Los Angeles is really building out a great core from this draft. Heard great things about is it Flex or Flex or M&M Flex or what do you know?
I actually don't know, but
I
I've always just said MM Flex.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I usually say M&M Flex, but maybe it's Flex, Flex. Like if you were looking at Terry Crews, that was what you say, like Flex for me, Terry Crews.
I think what you would say is Flex for me, Terry Snooze.
But I mean, it's the same thing. Terry loves hockey. That's a good point, BB. But yeah, great pick. Los Angeles is really getting some excellent value at their selections. I'm gonna be excited to bring them in.
Yeah, and I think Flex's former player spent a number of years in Philly, was very well regarded in that LR, kind of bounced around towards the end of the career as the TPE dropped down a little bit. But again, you're getting at a player that's certainly loyal. LAP is in this transition period. Another person that knows their way around the league can help a growing and new set of GM folks kind of just get comfortable, have that culture. So I think this is a great pick for Los Angeles.
Yeah, this will bring us to Tampa Bay on the clock. I believe this is the first pick of the Chris McZero reign in Tampa Bay. They made a recent acquisition, giving up two very high future selections in exchange for this pick. So they must be very excited to bring in this user. We'll see what direction the Tampa Bay Barracuda are looking to go. At 12, they're excited to bring in Axel Ackerson, the user Jorik. Longtime SHL user. I believe he ran the fantasy for a bit. Maybe I'm wrong, or he did banking. He definitely did some jobs. But yeah, Jorik's a great guy. I've heard only positive things about him. Is going to be going to Tampa Bay. They do need a star center on the youth end to build around, and can't go wrong with bringing in a user like Jorick to be your first line center of the future.
Yeah, Jorick is awesome. Was a Challenge Cup champion on our S20 Manhattan team. Got to know him very well during that time. Just a really fun part of an locker room. Just brings a lot of energy, but is also like a calming presence, which I think is great. Um, I, this Axel is probably Jorick's fifth player in the SHL, so bringing that consistently, I think I would say probably all five of their players have been first overall, or sorry, first round players, which is no surprise just based on the user. So Jork here, no surprise, is going to be a great pick for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it's a wonderful pick. I think Tampa Bay is off to a great start in their rebuild by bringing in a user like Jorick, and they do have another pick in the first round. We'll see what direction they're going there. This will bring Baltimore on the clock with their second first round pick of this draft. I believe this was the selection they received in exchange from Montreal for the user, terrible user, Cammy today. Uh, but we'll see what they plan to do with this pick. The draft pick is in. And at pick 13, the Baltimore Platoon are selecting Sterling Novikov, the user Weaves. Uh, One of the top end TP earners in this draft, massive bank account coming from the Quebec City Citadel. Weaves is a wonderful person, very fun to talk to, excellent user. He'll be a gem in Baltimore for a long time, someone you can build around as a future first line center. Baltimore is getting fantastic value at the selection in terms of TP and the user available. Can't say enough good things.
Yeah, I think this is an opportunity, right, to get somebody who is consistent. Baltimore goes back to back with long-term recreates with great banks, good, really good earning. Again, it's kind of like that no nonsense. You know exactly what you're getting between Muted and Weaves. You build, some additional locker room culture, folks that have that experience. So I would just echo what you said, Piff. Like I think this is a great value pick here. I'm actually quite surprised myself to see Weave slip into the second half of this first round. I think that's a testament to how good this first 30 or 40 players in this draft class is. Maybe not
Yeah,
40,
absolutely.
30.
Like he's just a really great person. And getting a user who earns like this is just a steal at this point, honestly. But it's just there's so much other good players that hard to call it a steal when everyone else made good picks as well.
Yep.
I will take a moment here. We are plugging the new cards. The SMJHL is releasing cards upcoming shortly. I believe it's 6 from each SMJHL team will be available. With I think there's 3 GMs who are also going to be available. So keep an eye on the cards coming out. I have a little preview here of one of the SMJHL cards. Theodore Svatos from the Yukon Malamutes, the all-time Yukon uh, scorer. And of course, it's me, even though I didn't request me to be shown. But yeah, they're great cards. Always great work done for the card department. And excited to see people pulling all the J cards coming out in the near future.
Another reason to get your funds back up if you do not have a hefty bank account because cards are not cheap, but they will fill the void that is in your heart.
Yeah, if you have extra money, uh, spend it on cards.
There's
Also,
no
Sim Game
there's no
with
greater way to
login.
cull inflation.
I mean, the greater way is just to rob people. That helps. Or you could have a competition where you just give away a bunch of money. That's always fun too.
But I heard that usually takes a really long time.
It can. It can take time. But money is money. I digress. This brings up Seattle on the clock. It has been a very long time since I can say we had a Seattle selection. I'm excited to see the Argonauts back in the draft, bringing in some youth, and very excited to see what direction they're going here.
Yeah, probably feels pretty good to be selecting right at 14 after you just were one game away from a a Challenge Cup appearance and had a real, continue to have a really great roster. So this is an opportunity to just kind of fill the coffers and um, keep that keep that team and that roster going.
Yeah, but Chicago wishes they were doing that, right?
Next season we'll be in the same situation. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, well, at 14, the Seattle Argonauts are taking Nice Pants with the Colin Mockery render. These are McPumpkin. Uh, McPumpkin's a great guy, fellow ARPG enjoyer. He's playing the Path of Exile 2 season. Coming from the Thunder Bay Walleye, who doesn't love a Colin Mockery render from Whose Line It Is Anyway? A very funny Canadian man. If you don't know him, just go watch some Whose Line Is It Anyway or Last Laugh Stand in Canada. He's very funny. But this user is a great person, wonderful to have in the locker room. Very much enjoy my scouting talks with him. Needs to get the bank up for sure, but that's something very fixable, something a lot of first gens suffer with when they're heading into the SHL draft and fix in short order. Excited to see their career in the Argonauts moving forward.
So is Pants the first walleye off the board? I think maybe so.
Yep, yep,
Um,
and it is not related to Jackass Pants as far as I know.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want that connection myself either. So
Yeah,
totally
it's safe.
understand you want
So
to distance
safe
yourself
from being
there.
related to Jackass
Yeah,
Pants.
but uh, but I think this is the best name in the draft personally. Nice Pants is just like the a phenomenal player name. As you mentioned, great earning, had a really phenomenal season in Thunder Bay, almost a point per game for a rookie in the J. Obviously, that team is still growing a bit, but if you can take that first season and grow on it, it's going to be a great pick for Seattle. And as I mentioned, they're certainly just at this point trying to figure out, okay, how can we navigate the next couple of seasons and kind of refill with some youth on an already really strong roster.
Yeah, this will bring us up to pick 15 on the clock. We are looking in the direction of the Baltimore Platoon yet again, their third first round selection of this draft. uh, yeah, they've brought in Sterling Novikov, who we waxed eloquent on, and Thomas Buffel, Muted Faith. So we'll see what their third selection is going to be. The pick is in, and the Baltimore Platoon are going to select Just a Chicken. These are DePaulos. I believe they were the SMJHL intern and did a good job there. Helped with the bank account that's looking pretty hefty heading into the SHL draft. A great person by all accounts, I've heard, and should be a great fit for the Baltimore platoon moving forward on the right wing.
Yeah, I think DePaulo is another pretty highly regarded SSL player. I don't know, other leagues quite as well, but I think that again, like, you're getting somebody that is known in other leagues. Was really good for Vancouver this year, having been in that LR a little bit. So again, great value pick here. Somebody that's reliable. That 12 million looks pretty good. Just get a little bit more, but I think see draft stock kind of shoot up there. But growing 36 overall in the J draft now to a first round pick here in the SHL draft. That's an awesome kind of nod to the work that DePaulo has done over the course of the season. And I think Baltimore's probably pretty excited to have them in their room.
Absolutely, yeah, couldn't agree more. And this will bring us up to pick 16 on the clock. Flying through the first round as the GMs went quite quick this time. Shout out to the GMs for doing well. The Montreal Patriots, with their second first round pick of this draft, we'll be seeing who they're going to bring in. At pick 16, the Montreal Patriots are pleased to select similar yet legally distinct Eastwood Cuddles. These are My Little Hex. I know Hex has a bunch of interests. I believe he's into hunting and has a beer league hockey team. He's also a big gamer, and he'll give you updates on his games as he goes through them. So very very fun person coming from the Vancouver Whalers. He was drafted. But yeah, excited to see them drafted to Montreal, and eager to see their career moving forward.
Yeah, Hex has been around a long time, right? I think since the 20 S20s has had a number of players that I can remember, not the specific names, but has been around certainly the league a long time, brings again that kind of like somebody who knows their way around, has seen LRs and player builds before and after, STHS to FHM, has been around a number of different teams, so it can help kind of build and coagulate some of what they're building there in Montreal. So um, good bank, good pick. I think we're starting to get to the area in this first round that teams are gonna start to make choices based on more than likely what they think that their needs are over the course of the next couple of seasons. And I think Hex is going to fit right into the winger group there in Montreal over the course of the next couple of seasons.
Oh, yeah, I do think it's a great fit for Montreal. They're definitely bringing in some experience with this pick, as they had a first gen before. So getting some balance in the locker room with some newer users as the GMs, I think is a very solid decision.
I will say that I think that that was the most reacted to pick I have ever seen in a in the SHL GM server.
Oh well, the reason is because Montreal tried to steal one of my players and didn't realize they were taken.
Well,
Oh,
I
the
wasn't going to dox anybody or give any inside information, but I think that there is upwards of it's a quick math to put myself on the spot
that
here.
was
There's
very
probably 80 plus reactions on that single pick.
that one was very confusing to me because I saw the X's and I was like, "What's wrong with the pick?"
Well, the
But
comedy was that rather than like figure out if the pick was there or not, he was tagging himself to put himself on the clock rather than just put the pick in. So we got a little roasted for that, all in good fun. But yeah,
I
very
lied.
very
There's
fun.
over 100 reactions. So
there's yeah,
But this brings us to pick 17, the Tampa Bay Barracuda back on the clock. Uh, with their second first round pick. And the McZ era begins again as they take Alain Rousseau, the user Count Chocula. Coming off a wonderful career in New England on his last player and the France Federation head, Chalk has made fantastic players throughout his entire tenure in the SHL. Wonderful locker room presence, and just someone you can rely on to be able to build a team around. This is a fantastic pick for Chris and the Tampa Bay Barracuda, and they have to be stoked to bring him in.
and another French player name for Chalk, right? I think last one was Beauregard. Now we
Antoine
go to
Beauregard, yeah.
Rousseau. Yep. So spent a lot of time with Chalk, obviously in Newfoundland with my most recent create before this one. Just a fun, upbeat kind of presence to the locker room, will definitely meme, which I think fits more than likely pretty well into that Tampa Bay locker room. Obviously, a new kind of culture building there with McZ, but I think that this is another one of those picks that you're going to get both a great and fun person as well as a great player, somebody who knows how to kind of build a great forward. So I think that this is going to be a pick that Tampa Bay looks back on and is probably like, yeah, we did pretty well there later in the first round.
Getting chalk at pick 17 of a draft is ridiculous. Like there's no two ways about it. You just know you're more than likely getting a 2K TP earner and someone you can like play in your franchise around. And having them this part of the draft is nuts.
I don't understand the render.
Uh, we can check his page. We can figure it out. Give me a second. This is the 86
Is
draft
it
season.
supposed to be the Grinch? It doesn't say on the portal, so it's just
His render is supposed to be Troy Terry, so I'm not sure what we're doing here, but I
oh,
don't
I see it.
believe
Okay.
that that's Troy Terry.
And probably get two picks down from here and Chalk would have been gone. So I think Tampa Bay probably swooping in just before Luke potentially brought Chalk back to New England.
Yeah, honestly, like I'm just surprised it took this long to see Chalk pick. Just like that's a slam dunk. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the whole, these first 17 picks, and like so many great users in this class, and I think we've still got a ton of great folks left on the board. So it's awesome to see, a class like this. We've had a great mix of recreates and first gens, and so that's just like this is a nod to the league's growth. I think it's awesome to see that, with expansion, a couple years in now, we're late in the first round. We're still seeing great names on the board. Everybody that we've talked about these first 17 picks is awesome. So just a fun draft class. I'm excited to see how this class shakes out because I think you're going to have some household names when it's all said and done.
Yeah, absolutely. This brings us to San Francisco at pick 18. The Pride with their second pick of this draft. Yep, second pick. And they'll be selecting at pick 18. Opportunities multiply as they are seized, Eastwood Cuddles. The second of multiple Eastwood Cuddles. I don't get the meme. I don't I don't understand it, but I'm happy they do. I'm gonna need you on the render duty again, because I don't know what's happening here either. But yeah, Trella is the GM of he was the GM of the worst team in SHL history, the 0-50 Tampa Bay Barracuda. So a very notorious claim to fame, but a very fun person to talk to, even if they are a Boston Bruins fan. And yeah, a great pick for San Francisco to be able to bring in their locker room and get that rebuild started with.
So I have questions about how do we get this name into FHM specifically? Does that fit?
Uh, I doubt it, but
He was in there for the SMJHL, right? They already played a season. So.
I'm checking. I'm
yeah, you
checking to
can check
make sure it
the
actually
index
made
for
it in.
the J. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean it works. I'm not sure how, but it works. God bless the file workers. Yeah, Trey has a ton of fun. Again, another person that has got the memes down pat. I think last player was a nod to the our lost soldier, the Thunderdome. Um, you could certainly see the culture that San Francisco is building. I think that locker room is going to be kind of crazy off the walls, and I think Trella fits right into that. So um, they're gonna have a lot of energy there. I think this is a pick that fits into what I think Gabe and team are starting to build here.
Yeah, I mean, Gabe is building a roster in his own image, and he's definitely bringing in people who fit that, as all GMs should, and I think it's a great fit in that regard. Ah, it's a Sun Tzu render. Excellent. Okay. But yeah, this will bring New England on the clock with Luke making his first selection of the draft after a fantastic season for the Wolfpack yet again, as we can say almost every season. But at pick 19, the Wolfpack are pleased to select. Oh, we're not ready yet. Just bear with us there.
Who do we blame for that?
Pretty sure it's Shawnee's fault. Any complaints to the draft stream, please direct them to
That's
Shawnee or whatever the hell is Snowy Mountain 62.
that's exactly right.
We're
Yeah,
just trying
just
to
even if you don't have complaints, just rant to him about something stupid and bother him. He really appreciates that.
we're just trying to check and make sure we get all the renders right. There's some render issues which you may or may not have noticed earlier. Yeah, sorry, just trying to get this in, but the pick's ready.
Yeah, at pick 19, the New England Wolfpack are pleased to select Matthew Fox. These are New York Rangers. Not to be confused with New York Rangers 73, sorry. But yeah, great user coming in at a premium position with a wonderful bank account coming from the main timber. Luke is an excellent drafter, and this is just further proof of it. Getting great value out of this selection should be a great piece for the Wolfpack in the long term as they continually cycle through excellent rosters. Wonderful pick for the Wolfpack here.
Yeah, I don't know Rangers at all, but I know Luke, and that makes me very confident that this is going to be a pick that we look back on and say he did it again. So, obviously TPE is there, Bank is there. obviously highly thought of in Maine, highly valuable position on D. This is probably just another perfect fit for the New England roster. Although you always have to second guess a little bit when somebody from New York ends up on a New England team if they're going to stick around, because the hatred there is real. So hopefully Rangers finds his community in New England and is not put off by the fact that he's stuck with a bunch of Boston folks.
I mean, you could hate Boston, but you, as a Rangers fan, you probably want to end up winning at some point, something you haven't experienced as a Rangers fan, and New England's a great place to do that in.
Well, so maybe this is the perfect. There's that tweet by Charlie McAvoy that he hates Boston, and so maybe for Rangers and Matthew Fox, it's the perfect example of the same thing. Hates Boston, ends up in New England, and ends up a star captain of the franchise, kind of deal.
I don't know about star, but solid player, decent.
Listen,
Still a Bruin.
listen. Currently no longer chubby cheeks.
This will bring us up to pick 20, with the Montreal Patriots having their third first-round selection of the draft, which is, the fourth time we've said that for a team or something ridiculous. The Patriots at pick 20, bringing in a lot of young talent, making a lot of trades to get future draft capital. Things are looking up in La Belle Province, to be sure.
You just had to get you had to get the French in there, didn't you?
Oh, we have a French team. You might as well acknowledge the culture. If we had a Finnish team, I'd learn some Finnish stuff, I guess. But we're getting Takaharu Suzuki, who is a giraffe, I suppose. Sash Kashi, one of the high-end earning users in terms of TPE with a solid bank account, was a waiver pickup and has been earning excellent. Great person to talk to and have in the locker room. It's going to be a great pick for Montreal at this point. Again, the TP might look a little light, but the waiver pickups you're missing on, like mock draft TP and some early PTs. So it's not nearly as far back as one might think, and I think it's going to be a great pick for the Patriots at pick 20.
Yeah, a little bit later of a joiner here, but obviously, we'll probably continue to harp on, right. Anybody from Quebec City, he's coming into a great locker room. Will understand how to build players. I think you look at the overall production coming off of a 4-star cup, that pedigree will carry over, and I think Montreal will be happy to have Suzuki on the roster. And just another quick shout out here for another one of the folks joining us on our Japan IIHF team ultimately in the future. So excited to see what Suzuki will do in international play, potentially get a chance to play together at some point.
Also, I mean, if we're talking about a Suzuki in Montreal, the captain of the Montreal Canadiens, Nick Suzuki, it's a great fit.
That's right.
Thematically there as well.
It certainly is.
So, we could talk about McAvoy or whatever, but that guy's a bum and Suzuki's not. So, should be a great thematic fit there.
Don't make me pull the standings up.
Classic Bruins fans using numbers and pretending they can count.
2 points back.
This will bring us up to pick 21, I believe. Yes, the Seattle Argonauts with their second first-round pick on the clock. 2 firsts for a team that was 1 game away from a Challenge Cup final is pretty interesting to see. We'll see what kind of young talent they're looking to add with their second pick, as they went first-gen with their first selection. We'll see if that's a theme they maintain, or if they're looking for more experience in the second pick. Also, so far, no goalie's been taken. So, goalies on the lookout as we're waiting to see when they will finally start flying off the boards.
Maybe we just a quick shout out for our season 87 draft class. Take note of that. If you are currently thinking about being a goaltender, maybe an opportunity to switch things up and do something else.
You mean thinking? It's a quarter of the damn class.
Yeah, there's like 10 goalies in the class. It's insane.
12 or 13 goalies. It's absurd.
I'm gonna lose my job here pretty quickly, I think.
And there's a ton of great users, one. So yeah, yeah, Sim, you can't lose this job. No.
All right, just fixing the sheet there. There were some missing formulas. I couldn't figure out why the Suzuki pick wasn't showing up, but it's there. I fixed the other boxes too. We're good to go.
Yeah, the pick is in. At pick 21, the Seattle Argonauts are pleased to bring in Ellie Beatty, the user Babu Frick. Babu Frick is the character from Star Wars, I believe, the weird-looking old lady. Maybe I'm wrong there. I'd have to Google it. Give me a sec. No, it is. Sorry, it's not the weird-looking old lady. It's the very small, what is Anzellan. Uh, so I believe they're microscopic. But I digress. He's got the McKinnon Renner. He's a McKinnon fan. Great scouting conversation. I think he's a great person to bring in the locker room. And if you can get him earning on that money side, it's going to be an absolute steal of a pick. Coming from Nevada, had a great season there for a rookie. And yeah, should be a great piece for the Argonauts to add for the future moving forward.
Yeah, I think this is maybe the first pick a little bit off the board from a TPE perspective, but I just based on what I've heard about Babu Frick as a user, brings great conversation, really great in the NBB locker room. Obviously highly valued during their draft, kind of in that first 30 picks or so. So I think Seattle obviously just kind of looking to bring the earning up, but otherwise is getting a great person, and they've already got that great culture kind of built into their LR. So this is just additive to everything that they're building already.
I think also a big factor is that, like, if you have a team with great users who are winning and earning, you can motivate people a lot easier to participate and join in the winning culture and earning, because they know that there will be a purpose for it. Like, sometimes you're in a bad team and you stay bad and you're like, why am I putting all this effort in just to my player sucks and my team sucks. But on a winning team, you don't have those concerns, and I think Seattle's a great spot for you get that internal motivation from being on a good team that's winning, to want to do better yourself.
Yep, totally agree.
This will bring us up to pick 22 with Cincinnati on the clock. We'll see what direction the Cincinnati Six are looking to go. The pick is in already, actually. They are taking goaltender Zahir Zilliams, the first goalie off the clock, the user Afino. Coming with a large bank account and the highest TP goalie of this draft, he was taken first overall by the Berserkers, falling to the bottom of the first round. But a longtime power user, former GM of the Detroit Falcons, put out a great media piece before the draft. Seemed mostly interested in playing for two teams and ended up on one of those teams. So it must be a great fit for him. Excited to go to a spot he wanted to be in, and excited to see the career of Zahir Zilliams moving forward.
Yeah, I think again, like with goaltender being maybe not as valuable of a position just generally at the moment, seeing a player selected from that position in the first round is a nod to how awesome Afino is. Just an awesome person to have around a locker room. Pretty awesome to see a goalie go first overall to Newfoundland in the J draft. Had a great season there, but I think Cincinnati is going to be super excited to have Afino for their
Honestly,
next
I'm so
10
far
plus
removed
seasons.
from FHM goalie stats. Is 855 save percentage good in FHM?
No.
I would say no, but like
Probably not.
It's like a 880, 890 is kind of average.
It is SMJHL still, but yeah, 436.
Oh, we can check the
goals
index. Let's see where he ranks. We can either roast him or
I mean,
compliment him.
16 and 13 win-loss record is pretty good.
I don't know.
That
We're
kind
gonna
of
go with
save
goalies.
percentage, so.
Looks like the leaders were 899 to 881. The leader is the backup goalie for Carolina, who was Dr. Squid Bug. Had an
yeah, I mean you
Yeah, back.
you could play with the numbers there, and I don't think that Newfoundland had a crazy season. They were just around 500, so
But yeah, they did. I believe they did actually fire their co-GM for the disappointment of the season, so that's why Roger was let go. Absolute bum. But yeah, they did make a management change because of the disappointment of the season. But Zahir Zilliams, very very great pick. It's gonna be good, wonderful for Cincinnati for sure.
probably just ChatGPT doing lines too many times.
I just trolled everyone
Yeah,
watching
probably.
with the
He's
Windows
a big AI
English
fan.
end. I'm sorry.
Oh.
So we are just about to wrap up the first round here.
We have the Atlanta selection coming off a Challenge Cup Finals appearance for the fourth season in a row. Came short this time. 2-for-2 is the record between them and Edmonton the past 4 seasons. But they're taking a former Atlanta player in G-Pox, the player Dominic Yankov. 291 TP with 37 million. Very solid bank account, even though the TP isn't, not quite max earning, but still earning quite solidly. Gpox is loved in the Atlanta locker room, from what I can tell on the Chirper. Be Cool and co constantly talk and motivate each other to chirp to keep earning money every week. And they must be stoked to bring him back, and I think it's going to be a solid pick for them to keep that group together.
Yeah, I think this is right. The devil, not that Jupox is the devil, but it's like certainly a team
Not that
that's
he's
like
not a devil either, though.
this. No, actually, he's an inferno, so a phoenix of some kind. But G-Box obviously long history having been in Atlanta. They love him in Atlanta. As you mentioned, maybe from an earning perspective, not exactly it, but Atlanta knows exactly what they're getting. Somebody that fits in perfectly, and somebody that wanted to be there. So like all of those things combined together, again, no brainer. You're at 23 here, so I think that Atlanta will be happy to bring G-Box back into the fold in the locker room.
So you remember how you were talking about your Charlie McAvoy moment where he said, "I hate Boston," got drafted by Boston?
Yes.
So I was looking at the S86 draft class rookie server, and they were saying like, how about we all draw straws and whoever loses has to play for a certain team? And one user said whoever loses has to play for Montreal, and ended up getting drafted by Montreal. So maybe not the exact same, but a fairly similar callback moment there.
Can we clip that? Like, quick, take a screenshot before it's gone.
He wrote it himself. He brought it up again too, but yeah, we can.
Oh, perfect. Please chirp that. That's since we no longer tweet.
Yeah, I got to call him out all the moments. We won't acknowledge that Ramen said a similar comment about Madison because that makes me look bad, but we will acknowledge the Montreal one. But our last pick of the first round, the Calgary Dragons with the pick from the Edmonton Blizzard are on the clock. At pick 24, they are pleased to select Juan Lazarin, the user Hordle. Hordle's got a long-time history with Boom, the GM of Calgary. He was her co-GM in Edmonton back in the season 60s early. Long-time history. His last player was on Calgary as well. Great person to have in the locker room. Big nerd, loves to play games. And yeah, they love him in Calgary. Must be stoked to bring him back in for the culture that they want.
Yeah, I mean, I think relationships are everything, right? So you're seeing here these last couple picks in the first round, just folks that like know that they get along well. When you're a GM kind of drafting in after the first really 10 or 15 picks, it's always a little bit harder to get your scouting in and trying to figure out who might still be available and who can you target at certain areas. And so, all reliable, not that Hordle is necessarily just all reliable, but the built-in relationship with Boom certainly is an easy nod to say, okay, this is somebody I love, I get along with, going to be great for our locker room. So excited to see what Hordle does with the Dragons as they kind of. I think this pick is like perfectly timed, right? They've spent a lot of the last couple of years like rebuilding the core, and probably this Hordle will be part of that main core and the growing and emerging players that helps them in their next couple of runs towards the playoffs. So this is an exciting pick and an exciting time to be a part of the Calgary Dragons, thinking about the early 90s.
Absolutely, and we'll take a break at the end of the first round. But yeah, it's been a wonderful draft so far with some great users taken and plenty of great users still left to be selected throughout the remaining rounds. So just bear with us a little bit while I get a drink because I'm thirsty, and we'll be back shortly.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Nope. If I should press
We
button.
come back to the Tampa Bay Barracuda on the clock at pick 25. Chris McZerrell seems to be delving into his German well, taking his fellow German friend, Antoine Führinger. I'm sure I mispronounced that. I apologize. Antoine. But the user Confusion, who Chris brought back to the SHL, is bringing him in to be the goaltender for the Barracuda moving forward, coming from the Yukon Malamutes. Solid 347 TP with 7.5 million in the bank. Always good to see, countrymen unite in the SHL.
Second goalie off the board. I don't know Confusion myself, but I think this is probably a good fit for Tampa Bay. Chris knowing Führinger well. Goalies' earnings not quite as important, but the second round is kind of that perfect time to lean in and get a franchise goaltender. So I'm sure that Tampa Bay is excited. Chris is excited to have his buddy on the team. So perfect pick for them.
Yeah. Next up, we have Baltimore, who's picking right before their forfeit pick, ironically. They really wanted this pick, couldn't have it initially, so had to trade back in to get it.
It's almost too bad that you don't have 27, because then you have to make a trade.
Yeah, I mean, this is why you don't get punished, people. Otherwise, you lose stuff you want. But they are making a fantastic pick here. One of the steals of the draft, in my opinion. At pick 26, the Baltimore Platoon are selecting Lord Humongous. These are Homer Crates from the Kelowna Knights. Anyone who scouted this user knows he communicates using these I don't remember the show it's from. What's the post-apocalyptic show, Wild West?
Westworld?
Someone will let me know. But he basically has this meme format, and he only responds using it and saying Lord Humongous thinks this or something, and he won't type anything. He'll only send you meme format responses with his answer on the meme. It's one of the best.
Finish your thought, Hiff.
It was one of the best scouting conferences I had. It was very original. He's very funny, very good user. He's going to be a great goaltender for Baltimore for a long time. Wonderful selection.
Yeah, super highly regarded by the folks in Kelowna. I know Patrick is a huge fan. Obviously, that speaks to Homer must be super fun in the locker room. Hiff, based on what you're saying about your scouting conversation, sometimes the folks that kind of really lean into the character thing bring the most excitement and the most fun to what really is kind of a role-playing hockey league. And so back-to-back goalies is fun. I think it's going to fit really well in with O1 and the rest of the platoon folks. So I think this is a great pick, and I'm excited to get to know Homer more because I haven't had a chance to meet them yet.
Yeah, at pick 27 again, we have the forfeit. Baltimore lost that selection. I believe it was to GM Task, but I don't remember. And we have at pick 28. Is there a trade or is Toronto on the clock?
Nope, there's a trade.
So the Toronto pick is being traded to Tampa Bay in exchange for the season 89 Nashville second, as well as the season 90 Tampa Bay second. This will bring Tampa Bay on the clock with their what seems to be 1 millionth selection of this class. We'll see what direction Chris is looking to go as he pays a price to move up. And at pick 28, the Tampa Bay Barracuda are pleased to select Debrekashaw Meningitis, the user Cheese Conies. That is one of the more unique player names we've definitely seen. Debrekashaw Ferguson is the first name reference, who had one of a very solid career at left tackle for the New York Jets back in the day. Meningitis, of course, is a disease that you should get vaccinated for, so you don't get. But yeah, waiver pickup from the Thunder Bay. I was going to say Tampa Bay. Walleye, very solid TP earning and bank account. Great selection. I saw them in the rookie Discord. They were, bringing some fun comments. Going to be a great selection for the Barracuda for sure.
How many people have ever been drafted by both Tampa and Thunder Bay? Both the Bays, both the TB Bays.
I mean, I want to avoid both, but
Sometimes you just can't help it.
Because I mean, Thunder Bay is a pretty new team, so.
TBW, TBB.
Thunder Bay is a terrible place in real life. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Genuinely awful. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so Coney's joining, kind of early in November. Obviously, that probably is just a nod to why the TPE is a little bit lower, but the earning looks pretty good in that time since. So I think Tampa Bay getting some good value here at the beginning of the second round.
Yeah, this brings us to the Patriots at pick 29.
Yeah, and I think this one is. I think this pick is known, right?
In theory, things could happen, but at pick 29, the Montreal Patriots are selecting Anna-Marie Skochnikov. I hope I got that right. Skochnikov. But these are Chris, their co-GM, using their second round pick to take him. Max earning TP-wise and has a very solid bank account. Chris has done a lot of work in bringing in assets to Montreal and being very active on that front, working in tandem with the Elastic Bandit, Gaby D. He's a very energetic user who's bringing in a lot of, time and effort to the rebuilding effort for the Patriots. And, they're excited for what he's done and been able to bring to the franchise. And it's going to be an exciting time for all the fans of the Montreal team.
Yeah, Chris is bringing a ton of energy to Montreal, helping to build that, the next phase and the next future of the franchise. So I do have to say, the worst player of the whole class was just selected. We know that, but that's just because Chris has been making sure that we know that Skochnikov will be the worst pick of 86. So we're getting close to the next gauntlet of the same purple problem we had in the first round, where SFP will have somewhere in the ballpark of 7 picks over the course of half of a round.
They have 7 picks in the rest of the round, but 6 of them are between 31 and 42.
Purple and pink is the theme of the second round, from what I'm seeing. But this brings us to Winnipeg at pick 30, and the Aurora are pleased to bring in Moose Freight Train, the user Red. Fantastic render for the record. Looks like a racing number on the Moose, too, which I think is very funny. And they got the QCC jersey draped on him with some skates. But yeah, great pick. He's one of the top earning players in his class, so getting him at pick 30 is wonderful. One of the more quieter Discord users, so you have to, kind of know them to know what they bring. But a very solid person. 8.5 million isn't the biggest bank, but it's definitely nothing to sneeze at, and looks like a bit of a coup at this point of the draft to be able to get a user like this with this kind of TPE and money profile for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a top 15, top 20 earner, I think, right?
I think it's top 10.
11th in total TPE, and if you start to chip away at some of our high earning goalie friends, that's that's really a top 10 skater. So great pick for value. Yeah, exactly. So like you said, Hiff, Red might be a little bit more quiet, but going to a place in Winnipeg where they could use an influx of some more great users, and I think Red will bring them quite a bit of value here early in the second round. So that's great.
Yeah, this will bring us up to back-to-back San Francisco Pride selections. We got like 8 in the rest of the round or something. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in the second round. So we have 3 in quick succession, and then another 4 left, which is absurd. But we'll look at those selections now as the Pride will be bringing in at pick 31. Hi, my name is Cliff. Drop over sometime Eastwood Cuddles. I think it's the third and final of the Eastwood Cuddles. Yeah, the TPE bit light, but it's a waiver pickup, so earning moderately well. The money is excellent. 53 million is a great base to be able to build a player on, and should be a key piece for the Pride moving forward.
The only commentary I have here is it's another question of how in the world do we make this fit in FHM? God bless our file workers again.
I mean, it's been in the J already. They played a season in the J, right? So
Yeah.
someone's
I have not
someone's
tested the
feeling-
limits in FHM in the same way that some other folks have willingly done.
Yeah, this is not the kind of limit testing that I think most people think of.
I mean, people do like to test the limits of all sorts of things in the SHL. FHM's word limit amongst them.
That's a pretty impressive bank balance for somebody that joined on, or so coming back on waivers.
They're a recreate.
Recreate. Okay.
Clint Eastwood, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I see now. Yeah, while I was willingly inactive.
I don't recognize
I'll
all
be
the
able to
names,
bring
but
us
I do recognize some of them.
It'll bring us to 32. San Francisco on the clock again. With their back-to-back pick, they'll be bringing in Jackson De La Cruz, the user Skeezer. First-round pick of the Carolina Kraken in the past J draft. Had a bit of drama where he was wanting more playing time. Came full circle when he realized that he's getting a pretty good deal in Carolina so far, and committed to becoming a team first player again, heading to the San Francisco Pride. Solid TP earning and bank account. Looks like a very good player profile pick for this juncture of the draft. And they're getting a active and motivated user. San Francisco's got to be very happy.
Yeah, Skeezer is like really, really active in just based on what I've seen in the rookie LR. So if that says anything about activity level in Carolina, just in LRs in general, I think we saw like a little bit of the drama earlier in the season, but certainly just somebody starting to find their way in the league, and I think San Francisco will be happy to have that influx of activity in their locker room. So Skeezer definitely brings energy and liveliness. So I think that's what they're hoping for. Then we take a break from our regularly scheduled San Francisco picks for Cincinnati to pick at 33 overall.
Yeah, Cincinnati at pick 33. The Six are pleased to select, coming from the Yukon Malamutes, the user Woomadoose, Fergal Howard. Wooma's awesome for anyone knows him. He's great to have in the locker room. Wonderful person. Can definitely get busy with life, which is the reason he's fallen to this point of the draft. But if you can keep him motivated and keep him around long term, he's an absolute steal at this point. Great person. He likes beans a little too much for my liking. Baked beans, I find them personally repulsive. But beyond that, just an absolute steal to be able to get at this point of the draft. And like I said, if you can keep him motivated, that's a real win for Cincinnati.
Yeah, Wooma's been a little bit up and down in his career in the SHL. Kind of had fits and starts of really good, strong players. I think his last player was drafted actually not all that recently. I think it was in the 80s, in fact. So just kind of probably just starting again here, fell behind a little bit with the previous player. But Wooma, like we mentioned, Wooma is great to have in the LR. I think Cincinnati's going to be happy to have kind of middle of the second round, getting somebody that they know is fun, fits in their LR. So it's a great ad.
Yeah, this will bring us back to the San Francisco Pride at pick 34. But they will be trading the selection, actually, to the Los Angeles Panthers in exchange for pick 50, as well as season 90 Los Angeles Panthers second. So that's a third round selection in this draft, pick 50 plus the season 90 Los Angeles Panthers second, in exchange for pick 34 to Los Angeles, putting the Panthers on the clock. What is Wazzy doing here? Let's find out shortly.
1 second.
And he's trading up to bring in Mick Riddlelover, the the player Stick Stickley, coming from the Maine Timber. Long-time Toronto co-GM, known friend of Commissioner Wannabe Finn. Mick Riddlelover is a great user and person to bring in. The TP is a little light. Was picked second overall in the SMGHL draft. He's got a solid bank account, premium position at defense, which we'll harp on ad nauseum. But yeah, a very solid pick for Los Angeles to, help round out that blue line they're building, and definitely worth the trade up. I think it's a great move for them.
I think the only downside to Grids here is that he's the second worst player in our fantasy league this year, and the worst player is currently announcing picks. So
Is it you?
No, it's you, Mr. Last Place.
I know it's me. I haven't set a lineup all year.
So Grids is going to have to get his fantasy game back up, but great pick for Los Angeles there. Just a really fun person to have in the locker room. Well-known SHL user. So great pick. Grids is a lot of fun to be around.
Yeah, and this will slide us on over to the Texas Renegades selection, their first of the draft. We'll see what direction the Renegades are looking to go in as they take their co-GM, surprise to everybody, Max Laflamme, the user Antique. When you're getting your co-GM, you, generally speaking, are getting a very strong user. And Antique definitely fits that mold. Played goaltender for the Renegades for a long time, but moving to a position player now. Max starting TP with a massive bank account at 131 million. Antique is a wonderful guy to talk to. Great selection. And can't say enough great things about what Antique has done for Texas and the league in general.
Yeah, I think Antique is 20 seasons in Texas at this point, having spent all that time with Dion before. So probably pretty excited to mix it up and play skater, although it looks like building towards a bit more of a defensive-focused defender here in Laflamme. So can't go wrong, right? Second rounder, co-GM, somebody who's going to be a max earner, top 10 in TP in this class. So can't say enough good things about Antique.
And this will bring us back to Tampa Bay selecting to the pink on the pink and purple side. And we'll see what direction they are going in as they take Lily Frostpetal, user Alice from Quebec City. Been max earning or close to it, but hasn't done the coaching, I believe. But earning TP very well. The bank account is very light, but has been enjoying the league and the people in it. If you can keep them active and earning long term, could be an absolute steal of a pick. Had a great scouting conversation with them. They're a great person, but keeping them motivated long term is the focus. And we'll see how that pans out for the Barracuda.
So I don't know Alice personally. I'm intrigued by the render here. I assume that is.
Sorry.
At a League of Legends render? It's always a League of Legends.
No, that is not a
sure.
League of Legends render.
Everything's a League of Legends render.
It looks like a TV character
Some
from
anime.
some kind of anime. She is an ice fairy, species ice fairy. Cyrokinesis. Ooh, fun.
Well, I'm old enough, I don't believe in fairies anymore, so that's not real.
I just think that the player name with the render is an awesome combination. I don't know Cerno, obviously from the anime. I'm not sure even what anime it is from, but I love that combination, and I hope Alice will stick around. Seems like a great possible pick for Chris and team.
Absolutely agree. And this will bring us back to surprise, surprise, San Francisco in the second round.
Once again, no. Not quite.
Oh, and they are trading the selection. Montreal is acquiring 37 overall from San Francisco in exchange for the 86 Buffalo third, 57th overall, as well as the S89 Chicago second. So that's the 37 overall heading to Montreal in exchange for 89 Chicago second and pick 57. This puts Montreal on the clock. And they will take Mikhail Marchenko with the Marchenko render. These are Serpy X13. His last player also had a long career in Buffalo. Sorry, not Buffalo. Montreal. Seems to be a good fit in a place they like having him. And excited to see him as part of that long rebuild.
Yeah, I think Chris and team have got a couple of picks stacked here, so they had some flexibility, and they just seem to like Serpy here.
Yep. And they'll be on the clock again for pick 38 as Montreal is selecting. And yeah, it's Dominic Turek, the user AW13, heading to Montreal from the Anchorage Armada.
Yeah, so just add another goalie to the mix here. Slow earning, not a ton of things to say. I think, kind of getting here in the second round, just adding a potential goalie for the future.
Yeah, that is a goalie. This will bring us up to pick 39 on the clock with Cincinnati selecting. And the pick is in. The Cincinnati Six will be selecting Beardris McCours. These are Jerome Tuna. My fun comment is that they took a bunch of penalties in the SMJHL this year, and they complained. They're like, "Oh, well, I didn't think I made a goon." And I said, "You named your player Beardris McCours. You definitely knew you were making a goon all along. What did you expect with a name like that?" But yeah, great person, fun locker room presence to have and talk with. I think it's going to be a wonderful pick for the Cincinnati Six, and hopefully they can get that bank account boosting up in short order and keep them around long term.
We love the opportunity to have a goon, right? Like, I think that's not a role that you get an opportunity to see folks play. I mean, the last one that I can think about is Bamford, who was probably pretty close to retiring, but lean into that. Tick up the aggression, put some more TP in fighting, have a little fun. If you want to, you don't have to be a goon, but if you're gonna compete for turds, compete for turds.
If you are a turd, you heard it here first. Put points in aggression and fighting. But this will bring us up pick 40. The Tampa Bay Barracuda will be selecting. And at pick 40, they're pleased to bring in Kjell Kospodorov. That's, I'm sure, ruined. But these are Elgin. The bank account is as low as you can go, unless you are clean Andre Kostitsyn, who is forever in debt to the SHL bank. I think he's like 14 million in debt. But yeah, the TP is, it's all right, 251, but absolutely no money left in the bank. If you can get them earning, money-wise, could be a solid pick. But definitely will need some work there. Long time recreate, I believe, coming back, and hopefully can become a productive player in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, definitely need some earning here, I think, both on the cash and the TPE side. But
yeah,
and I think
it was 250 TP. I think is quite low.
251, yeah.
Still left here. I can tell you what's still left.
Yeah, I think we've got the team wrong there, because I think Kjell plays for Colorado now. There may be a trade there that's happened since the offseason started. I don't keep track quite as.
There's a lot of GMs in this list.
Yeah, they are still in this list, but
yeah, just some of the available talent left in the draft. As we head back to look at the selections, this will bring San Francisco on the clock, and they will be selecting at pick 41 Jimmy Fournier, the user Jim Delifa. Apologies for the mispronunciation. But Jim he's in the rookie Discord. He's been active. The bank account, again, very light at negative 1.175 million. TP also could use some work at 237, but he is active. He's on Discord, and you can help him understand how to bring in some money and earn in the league, and hopefully he can turn it around and be an excellent player. There's definitely players with less TP and money who have gone on to long, lucrative SHL careers. So I hope to see that for Jimmy Fournier here.
I'm just like totally riffing here, but is Jimmy our first player from Ottawa? It can't be, right?
It might be.
Possible.
I haven't paid that much attention though to all the minors teams.
I think Ottawa traded most of their picks this year and got future picks. That's why.
Okay.
So he might be the first player we're seeing, but they did trade. The Highlanders did trade their picks for futures this year, if I remember.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. So Jimmy potentially, I could be wrong. I can't scan fast enough to get through all 40, but potentially the first Highlander off the board, and probably pretty excited to get an opportunity to go to SFP and make a mark.
Yeah, it looks like it's scanning through. I don't see any other odds.
I'm on the portal. I'm just not fast enough.
I'm just scrolling through the draft sheet here. I don't see any.
Yeah, I don't see any either. But we can digress and go to pick 42 with San Francisco on the clock. And they're taking Baloney Man, the user Mr. Ruhu. Ruhu is how I would describe Chaos Incarnate as an SHL user. I love him. He's fantastic. He's very fun to talk to. Great to have in the locker room. A whack load of fun to spend time with. Whether or not you can keep him long-term interested in earning is a big question. But if you can, you're getting just, an absolutely great person to have in the locker room. And someone who, any team would be pleased to bring in. So San Francisco's getting somebody great here, and hopefully they can keep him long term.
Yeah, I think UConn's leadership group this season in particular said that they felt like a lot of their soon-to-be draftees were slept on, and I think Ruhu is probably part of that group. Like, just not somebody you hear a ton about, but is a ton of fun, adds to a locker room. So, like you said, Hiff, like if just keeping engaged. Ruhu is the kind of person that if you can keep them earning, they're going to build a great player and be a ton of fun in the locker room. So I think it's a great pick here.
And this will bring us up to multiple passes. As Seattle, Montreal, and Seattle will pass in quick succession, bringing us to the Texas Renegades at pick 46. At 46, the Texas Renegades are selecting Bruno Ricky Oja, the user Larry the MVP. If there's something we know about Texas, is that they love Larry the MVP. Also our second Highlander off the board. But his last player and the player before that were also on Texas. They definitely love having him in the Renegades locker room. And the bank is solid. The TP is very light for someone who was in the SMJHL draft, but definitely fixable long term. And the Texas Renegades are always happy to bring in Larry.
Yeah, Larry is the best. Like, I got a chance to chat with Larry. I can't remember if it was this last season or the season before. Just a really fun person to be around. Great for the Texas locker room. Fits right in. You really can't go wrong in the late 40s having a pick like that you just know is going to fit in. But they can get just a little bit of earning to be off and running.
This brings us to 47 with the Hamilton Steelhawks selecting.
Hamilton's they're going to take the draft, right?
This is their first pick, and they're going to take Yves Saint Laurent with their co-GM Hatashk. Very solid bank account at 41.1 million, 356 TP for max earning. The left defender heading back to Hamilton with his second player, as he just recreated. Hatashk is wonderful. Has added a lot to the Hamilton locker room and been a great presence there. And him and Alex have made a very formidable Steelhawks team for the future, as they are definitely on the upswing.
Huge bust. Never going to make it in the league. Don't know why he continues to try. I
don't know if trying, he's playing in Hamilton. I don't know if that's trying.
I love Hedda, so
his previous
perfect pick for Hamilton.
Is not that old, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It wasn't that old. I
Correct,
believe
yeah.
it was the season 80 or 81 pick. So definitely fairly young, very early retire.
Coming from you, that's saying something.
Yeah, right?
Oh, San Francisco is back on the clock.
Yeah, the Pride are pleased to bring in Ron Johnson, user Good Old Kimmy. Was claimed on waivers by the Thunder Bay Walleye. Has a solid bank account at 20 million with 235 earned TP, which is very light, but we're at that point of the draft. Had a bit of a paperwork issue on his visa with his name originally, but that was fixed, and will be heading to the San Francisco Pride.
Tell me more about this paperwork issue. This is the first I'm hearing about.
Well, the last letter of the first name was a different letter, and if you can figure that out, you can get that it was declined for obvious reasons and changed to Thron Johnson.
Just a little typo. Those letters are just right next to each other, so it's easy mistake to make, right?
You know, I'm sure it was just a mistake the first time it was submitted and corrected to this.
Oh. You know, it is Sunday evening and I was having a hard time. Got it. Good old Kimmy.
All right, but this will bring us. Winnipeg is passing at 49, bringing us to 50 for the Los Angeles Panthers.
I think this was part of the earlier trade with San Francisco, because it's San Francisco who made pick 50 in the GM room.
Oh, there's so many picks. But at this selection, we're bringing an SHL user to a team. And that'll be Dexter Green Collision, Crash Conrad, heading to the San Francisco Pride. Very solid bank account at 15 million, 290 TP, and a waiver pickup. So he's been earning very well. Crash Conrad heading to the Pride, and should be hopefully a key cog for their back end for the long term.
Yeah, Crash has been around a bit, at least from what I can remember. Great fun person to be around. Thunder Bay seems to have a pretty good core here, and SFP just keeps adding to the pile.
And there would trade. NOLA is moving up to get this selection from Toronto, and they're giving up the S90 Denver third. So the New Orleans Spectres on the clock at pick 52.
I'm glad Raph was on top of this, because I had no idea where this pick was traded, because they didn't put the pick number in the trade.
This is why we don't allow trades normally during the draft. We try to keep folks from trading because it just makes our life hard. But
yeah, if you
today
type
we
trade
have all-star
you
Raph.
actually get instant ban from GM chat now.
Yeah. Although we should celebrate our GMs, because this is probably the fastest draft we've had in like 10 seasons.
It was.
It's been a while.
It went very fast.
But at pick 52, the New Orleans Spectres are taking The Only True Death Is to Never Lived, Eastwood Cuddles. The user Pythonic. Very solid bank account and TP earning, heading to the Spectres. Pythonic's last player was also a New Orleans Spectre, coming in as a waiver pickup. He's earning quite well. The render is going to haunt my nightmares, so
that's a League of Legends one.
Is that?
That is a League of Legends one. Kindred.
I don't know who that is.
Death, basically.
All right, sure. So Death heading to the Ghost team. Very cool. As we'll head on to the next selection at pick 55 with the San Francisco Pride picking.
They also... Was this a trade, or is this an early trade?
We had a couple more passes.
I don't know. This says San Francisco's making 2 picks in a row here. I don't know where they got that one from Nashville, but...
55. Hold on.
Might have been one of the earlier trades. And they made like 3 trades in the second round. I'm not sure, but...
We just got them out of order. Nashville should pick 57. 55, okay. 56? I don't... What is happening there?
All right, well, we know Dante Alighieri is heading to San Francisco, the user El Gato, 258 TP with 2.3 mil in the bank, a waiver pickup from Carolina, heading to play their career out in the Bay Area.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe
I think
so. I think San Francisco got a little ahead of themselves.
Yeah, we need to.
Uh,
We might need to pause here for a second.
I mean, they're done. I think this is just. I think they just went a little ahead of themselves based on what. Is that HFFO or is that not HFFO? Wannabe Finn says. I think.
Oh,
As-
okay, I see it
as-
now. Yeah.
San Francisco.
Prices averted.
San Francisco was a little trigger happy.
But yeah, 56 is Nashville. We've now confirmed. We'll have the Nashville selection up very shortly.
Yep, right now.
Yeah, and they will be taking I'm Shiny, the player David Bullock, coming from the Vancouver Whalers. His last player was also a Whaler, retired relatively quick. But they brought him back from waivers. He's a great person to talk to, very friendly to have in the locker room. The TP and money's a little light, but those are all fixable things. And hopefully Nashville can keep him going pretty quick.
Yeah, Shiny's fun, bubbly personality. Spent some time in New England. Obviously, good culture fit pretty much everywhere. So, good pick here for Nashville.
Yeah, and this will bring us up to probably I'd say maybe the worst pick of the draft. If we had to sign, worst. But the user GWD Johnson, the D is for D, the grade he gets as a GM. Scrant Blanc is heading to the San Francisco Pride. Was a waiver pickup for the Great Fall Grizzlies. He is recently named the San Francisco Pride GM and announced his co-GM, who was also in this draft. Has a buttload of picks to work with, and I'm excited to see the future Gabe has with the Pride in the future.
Yeah, Gabe's been busy today, so to top it off, he gets to pick himself and then let himself down here late in the second. Is this the second, or are we in the third now? We're in the third now.
Third.
If you don't
like
do
I
it
said,
at
we're-
59, you're not trying. Like you're just...
We're going fast.
It fools you in the draft board when it moves because it automatically moves it over when you get to the third round. Puts it back in the middle column.
This dang technology.
Yeah, Calgary and Philly also pass. They're done. I don't think Philly made a pick at all in this draft.
Nope. Is that the Toronto pick at 61 on the clock now?
Hamilton.
Hamilton at 60.
60. Yeah. Okay. And the Steelhawks are pleased to bring in Bazooka Joe, the user lowered ball gag. Who doesn't love a good ball gag? Bazooka Joe is his last player was a fantastic user. I believe played in Tampa Bay for his whole career. Had a wonderful long-time career, and should be a great goaltender for the Steelhawks moving forward. Great person to bring in. Great selection for Hamilton.
I was just looking at that TP, like, damn, that's a good pickup for this point in the draft. But
Yeah, it is a goalie though, so it doesn't
Just a
matter.
goalie. Yeah.
Yeah, keep piling it on. Just a goalie.
I love the akimbo Chuck Norris though. That's phenomenal. Although a little bit we missed there a little bit with Bazooka Joe not having a bazooka. Oh, sorry, I kept talking and now we got to trade.
Well, you brought this about Nike, so it's your fault. But Denver is getting pick 61 from Toronto, exchange for the S90 Denver third. This will put Denver on the clock at 61. And the Glacier Guardians are pleased to bring in...
Sorry, hold on. They put them... The first team to do it the other way. They put the username first before the player name.
Unforgivable.
They're taking Victor von Stauffenberger, the user of the Flash. He's part of the Ottawa High Readers Club. Good goaltender with very good TP and bank. Very similar profile to the goalie who just went. So in quick succession, two very solid goalie prospects coming off in the third round, and should be a good backstop for the Glacier Guardians' future. Great guy, very fun to talk to.
No, nobody.
Sorry, do that again for me.
Flash. Oh,
Sorry, one more time.
no, you're done.
Is that a
Patrick,
reference to
clip
something?
that. Patrick, clip that. No, actually, don't clip that. We'll get copyright struck.
How to lose people coming to the SHL?
Yeah.
Yeah, this will bring us up to pick 62, the Nashville Sound on the clock. And they're taking Manchild, user egregious. We went from Chubby Barista to Manchild for egregious as previous players. The longtime Quebec City Citadel has never made the SHL yet, but this could be different with this player. Very solid TP profile and bank account. If they can keep him earning and interested long term, could be a very solid pick.
Yeah, I was gonna say this TP and bank count looks way out of place for where we are, but if they've never made it to the SHL, okay, that makes sense.
There's a little bit of identity theft going on here because that's Hodor.
Well, like I said, Hodor is someone who can carry a team on his back for short periods when needed, and they can get that out of a pick at a player at pick 62. That's a damn good pick.
If Manchild can block shots like Hodor, they're gonna be in great shape.
This will bring us to Cincinnati selecting at pick 63, and they're taking Carol Nidfeld Jr. These are CDG 2020. Not much I know about this user. The bank is decent, but the TP is kind of light. Hopefully they are a great fit for Cincy, and they can develop them into a long-term SHL player.
Yeah.
Lots of passes will bring us up to Baltimore at pick 75. The platoon will be selecting the self-proclaimed most handsome player of this draft, Bucket Seneca. Their own GM, 0-1 plays. Max earning TP and money-wise, he's got a very solid bank account at $145 million. Was a waiver pickup for Vancouver and has been a great add to Baltimore since coming in, and is building a very solid retool roster. Not quite a full-scale rebuild, but excited to see what the platoon look like moving forward.
That's 0-1 handsome to you.
0-1 handsome player. Yeah, 100%. He is fairly young, though, so Chris Hansen, please don't come to my house. 84, the Hamilton Steelhawks will be looking to select, and they'll take Wladek Brizchekowicz, the user obsolete, coming from the St. Louis Scarecrows. I believe it's the first Scarecrow taken, if I'm not mistaken. But 280 TP and 600K in the bank. Not exceptional, but it's decent as a waiver pickup. But if you can get that bank account up and earning, you could be a damn good defenseman for the team moving forward. Nashville 86 will be selecting.
Melodic. Keep going, sorry.
And they're taking Lawrence Krentist, the user pulling teeth. Krentist dentist, perhaps, with the that kind of username, a dentist. Waiver pickup for Thunder Bay. I don't know what that render is. It freaks me out, so we should get that picture down as soon as possible, or I will have nightmares forever. But yeah, interesting player profile. Might be able to develop them and keep them earning with the money in the bank, but definitely a wait-and-see approach there.
That is Crypt Keeper, for those keeping track at home.
Well, they can keep the crypt in Nashville. The Denver Glacier Guardians are taking aloe vera, like aloe vera, the ointment. No limit Izuzi. Very low TP. The bank is decent, but from the draft, I'm assuming they're kind of a min earning player who you can motivate and get earning and get them going, but definitely not a max earning track at the moment.
Okay, so it all makes sense now. Right? This is a bottle of aloe vera.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is that.
Oh, there was some Chalk's render. That's what.
Yeah, there was some mix-up in a few render things. Yeah, that's what Chalk's render was messed up. It was actually.
That is not it, though. We do have pick 112.
No, that's it.
We do have a wonderful
one
member.
One more bust.
That's not the player.
That's not the player. There you go.
There it is.
I forgot to
so the Ice Cube render, Miko Rashford III. Rashford is an absolute titan of the community, a great person to have around and talk to. He's been a great expansion GM for the Denver Glacier Guardians, and I'm excited to see what his team and his players. That's Ice Cube, the
No, the bank.
Yeah,
Jesse
that bank
Rashford
number is
only
absolutely
has
not
5
right.
million.
it's good for Rashford. He's a parent to several kids now. But he'll keep earning. He's a GM of his team, and it's I'm excited to see what he does with this player and his team moving forward. I think love to see Rashford have a player in the league.
This is interesting timing for Rashford to be drafted, right? Because that team looks like they're like a couple, like probably 2 or 3 seasons away from being a real powerhouse. He'll be just coming in kind of a depth piece when they're really, really good.
Always good to have those low budget cap pieces, the youth coming in.
Yep. With that, this is the end of the draft.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
very deep draft with a lot of great talent and a lot of GM picks too. But excited to see all the teams moving forward, and I hope all the players enjoy their destinations they've gone to and
There's-
have wonderful SHL careers.
There's your full board. Disregard the round cutoff. This page has never been adjusted for the expansion and 24 pick rounds, but
Madison is gray, silver. What? The color looks. Where did all the purple go?
that's true. I think it does. I think this page has not been updated, and it doesn't know that Madison, Denver, Nashville.
Oh yeah, okay. All the
It
expansion
doesn't know
teams
we're
are gray.
purple. Yeah,
They don't exist in the
it is the lifeless, soulless color of my heart.
Anyway.
Reflect. Yeah.
There's all your players. The players are all there. If you're picked 24th, you're actually a first round pick, even though this says round 2.
Yeah. Hope you all enjoy and have a wonderful SHL career. And thanks for your time.
Thanks everybody.
Yeah, bye.